Yeah.
You want to like him, but you can't.
Are you listening?
What?
Are you listening?
Did you bring me on this show to insult me?
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
Hey, y'all don't want it with us, man. We straight gangsters over here.
Straight
man.
gangster. Yeah, good morning and welcome back. That is right. You are listening to Scout Team Radio. We bring it to you hot and live each and every morning, Monday through Friday, right here on 12 Ounce Sports Radio. I am one of your favorite hosts. They call me Loudbeard.
You are the most egotistical, self-deluded person I have ever met.
And she says that because it's true. And the man on that other microphone, he is a great American. He is a great patriot. And you may know him as...
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, it is your boy, Chris America, coming to you live this Tuesday, August the 6th, 2019, here on 12OunceSportsRadio.com, or if you're listening on one of our Podbean, Spotify, Stitcher, Apple Podcast, and I guess Google now, right?
Google Play. I think we've always been on Google Play. We just never talk about it. Yeah. We're slackers, you know.
Google doesn't
Slacking
need
it
any
up.
more advertising. But maybe
yeah,
we
I think
need
they're
more
doing
advertising
okay.
on Google.
Oh, yeah, maybe. Google should be paying us right now. So how you feeling today, Chris America? Is a beautiful Tuesday for you?
It is a beautiful Tuesday. Went out to a nice dinner last night. Told him it was my birthday. Had a nice dessert. Had some Wagyu beef.
Ooh, that sounds fancy, and it sounds delicious.
It was. Little Wagyu beef dumplings, and then some Asian Korean short ribs. It was good.
It sounds like you're living like the other half.
I was
Nowadays,
for one
huh?
night. Yeah,
One night and one night only, huh?
one night and one night only.
So how'd you fool them on the birthday thing? It's all about confidence, huh?
Yeah, I guess so. They didn't ask for my ID, so I mean it's my birthday
There we go.
month. It's coming up
There
in
you
10
go.
days.
It counts. It counts. That counts. We'll take
Yeah.
it. Well, I'll tell you, I'm feeling pretty good. I'm feeling good enough to run away from 30 to 50 feral hogs right about now. That's how good I'm feeling.
Okay. Is there a story behind that? Do you have feral hogs running around in your neighborhood?
Yeah.
You never know in Florida.
You should check it out. It's trending right now. It was a big hot topic on Twitter last night, and I see it all over social media. Some guy comes out and he says, well, when my kids are playing in my backyard, how am I going to take care of them when 30 to 50 feral hogs start running through my backyard? So this was in response to these weapons of
Clearly
destruction.
you need a semi-automatic weapon.
Yeah, that's what he's saying. He
that
said
can
he
shoot
needs
50 rounds per minute.
That was his point. He said, how's he going to protect his family? There could be 30 to 50 feral hogs running at any moment, and he needs to kill all of them within 3 to 5 minutes.
While not shooting his kid.
Well,
Who is amongst these feral hogs, by the way.
Yes. So I'm thinking the dude needs to just buy a fence is what I'm thinking. But, maybe I'm not a country folk. So I don't maybe understand the real struggle that's going on out there in country America.
Yeah, I don't understand it either, Loudbeard. So why don't we get on something more happy, something more risque? How about some Bachelor or Bachelorette? We never went over the final episode, and I got the skinny yesterday on what happened on the final episode. Did you hear what happened on the final episode?
No. I kind of lost interest. But
Yeah,
I
so-
want to hear it, though. I'm really interested now. Like, you give me the skinny, please.
Well, so Alabama Hannah picked a guy named Jed, who the entire season, everybody was like, Jed's not here for you. He's here for his music career, blah, blah, blah. And even Jed said, yeah, I had a girlfriend before, like, getting on the show, but then I broke up with her, kind of, to be on the show so I can, enhance my music career. And then she even asked Jed if he loved her, and he's like, no, I didn't love her. And he's like, well, that's not what you said in the interview. He's like, okay, well, sometimes I say I love you by accident. So, it's cool. And Alabama Hannah takes him, right?
Yeah, it seems like a poor choice, but yeah, I hear you.
Because nothing screams real love like a guy who's only there for you to help his music career and just broke up with his girlfriend and sometimes accidentally says, I love you.
Okay, yeah, I'm with you. I'm following.
So then I guess they were broken up by the time they got to the reunion show. And so Alabama Hannah goes to the second place guy and goes, you want to get some drinks after this?
Okay.
And then they give Jed the final word, and his final words on the show were, check me out on iTunes. Jed is my man.
You know what?
Staying true to the game, no shame in his game.
For us to get over the top here with Scout Team Radio, we're big in the podcasting world, but we're not big, as big as The Bachelor is. Like, I think we need to get you on this show.
I was just going to say the same thing. Yes.
Just from the very beginning, you need to be like, well, I'm not really in it for love, but I do love the Bachelorette. But catch me on Apple Podcasts. Just search Scout Team Radio.
And
that's all you got to say.
Well, I'll just kind of sneak it in sneakily, like, yeah, so me and, I don't know, Tracy were out in the windmill and ScoutTeamRadio.com, and we were having some fun. Like, I brought her flowers, ScoutTeamRadio.com, and, we had a great meal. Like, we had a picnic out there, ScoutTeamRadio.com. That's what I'll do, like, on my journals, like the little video journals they do in between shots.
Yeah, I like that. That's marketing for you right there.
Yeah,
You're
it's
doing
a little
a great
subliminal
job.
marketing,
Yeah.
Like, they don't know I'm saying ScoutTeamRadio.com.
No, they don't. And the nice part about that is you still make it to the windmill. You know
I
what
do make
happens
it to
in
the
the windmill.
Oh,
you know
yeah.
what happens in there. We need the juicy details, ScoutTeamRadio.com.
We grind up some grain in the windmill.
Oh, yeah, you're really grinding that grain all right.
Oh, so Bachelor in Paradise started last night, Loudbeer. Did you watch that?
No, but I should have. Yeah, I'm in spirit. We'll call that. I was there in spirit.
Well, Evan Bass says on Twitter 8 hours ago, Christina is here, all will be well. # Bachelor in Paradise.
Ooh. Yeah, I actually was looking at some of the Twitter highlights from Bachelor in Paradise thinking maybe I could pull together some sort of synopsis of what happened, but I really just didn't have enough information to make it work. But I did hear that there is a love triangle brewing.
Oh, yes, between Blake, it looks like Blake, Kaylin, and Christina. I guess he had something with both girls, and they didn't know about it. So what do the producers do? They put them both on the show, and they show up in Paradise.
Ooh, this sounds juicy. I probably need to watch it.
Oh, yeah. Somebody even tweeted the producers when they found out Blake had been hooking up with Kaylin and Christina. Oh, yeah, we got to get these two guys together.
Well, isn't that the name of the game right there? Is like, let's make this as dramatic as possible so people want to keep tuning in. We want it to be like a dramatic, beautiful train wreck is what we want it to be, and that is what the producers have done. They've taken the juiciest storyline they could possibly pull together and turned this love triangle into must-see TV. Not muscle-see TV, because that's last week's business.
Yeah, that's last week's business. Loudbeard, the devil works hard, but ABC producers, they work harder.
Amen. Preach, brother.
I think we need to get you on this one, man. I think you need to find out what's going on with Blake. Okay, so I got a little bachelor party breakdown here.
All right, This is what I need to hear. This is what I've been waiting for. Let's get the breakdown.
So, I guess the Blake drama web. So you have Blake, and he went on a date with Taisha, so she's on the show. Then he also dated Christina before filming, but then 24 hours later he hooked up with Kaylin at Stagecoach. And but he's really interested in some girl. Oh, is Alabama Hannah on the show? Clearly interested in Hannah G. Is that Alabama Hannah?
I don't think so. I don't know why I don't think that's... I think it's too soon for... She can't just jump from winning or
That's
getting
true.
the Bachelor
from getting
from the one.
guy.
and
Yeah, you're right.
yeah, I think that's too soon. I have no idea if her last name's G or not, but I don't think it's her.
And then somewhere there's this guy named Dylan who really likes Hannah too.
The show itself sounds like they've taken 30 to 50 feral hogs and put them on an island to see what
They
happens.
did. Just see what happens.
That's all they've done. The Bachelor and the Bachelorette, like these people on this Bachelor Paradise Island, they need to take some love advice from Travis Scott. We're gonna segue into some love advice because Travis Scott, for Kylie Jenner's birthday, decided to fill her entire house of rose petals. You can find the pictures if you want to just search this Kylie Jenner rose petals. You'll find it. But an entire house full of rose petals. I'll admit, the pictures make it look very beautiful. And, these rich people, they probably don't have to worry about these things. But
Yeah.
you know what I was thinking? I was thinking, my wife's birthday's coming up here soon. It's going to be coming up 11 days from now. And I'm going to have to sit there and try to top Travis Scott, right? Like, I can't just let that guy beat me. I got to do better than that. But if I fill our entire house full of rose petals, the one thing that I'm thinking of is, holy crap, that would be annoying as hell to clean that stuff up. And after, one day, they'd all be dead and stinking. Like, it sounds beautiful, but what a beautiful disaster it would be, and I refuse to do that. Sorry if my wife is listening. She probably isn't. She hears enough of me. Doesn't have to tune in to hear me. She can hear me all day, every day. Yeah.
You either have to pay somebody to deliver the rose petals or buy the rose petals, or you have to pay someone to clean them. But you don't have enough money for both.
I don't have enough
Roses
money for
are
any
expensive.
of it.
Roses are expensive.
Yeah, I wonder how much that costs. Like, if you let's just say a whole giant room full of rose petals, like to have somebody come in, deliver them, clean them up. I mean, I honestly think we're talking. I'm gonna throw out a number: $10,000 to do all this that he did.
Yeah,
$10,000.
probably.
Crazy. That's crazy talk, man.
You know who sounds like a guy who would leave a whole bunch of rose petals for his girl?
Who's that? Who sounds like that?
Goldberg.
Oh yeah, Goldberg, classic.
Apparently
he's
he's
gonna spear
back.
rose petals.
He's back in the wrestling game, Loudbeard.
Is he
came
back?
out. He came out last night during Raw to sign a contract to take on Dolph Ziggler at SummerSlam. Does this make you want to buy and purchase SummerSlam now that he's gonna be back again? Goldberg, 52 years old, with his old man goatee.
You want my truth? My honest answer? No.
Yeah, no.
I mean, I like Goldberg. He was cool like 20 years ago. Now, I'm over it. Of course, I struggle to get into wrestling. I know that's blasphemous for a lot of listeners out there, but just it's not the
I
same.
think you're the perfect person to ask this question though, because that's what they're trying to do, right? They're trying to get guys like us who watched Goldberg back in the day, spearing through the WCW, spearing through the NWO. I think he had like 120-0 record. Remember, there was like the Who's Next thing going on, and that's what they're trying to pull at our heartstrings there, Loudbeard. And I just, I'm not interested.
Yeah, I'm not interested either. And I see the thought process, like you're saying. It's we lived through an era where we loved guys like Goldberg and we loved those wrestlers and their shtick at the time. But you're not pulling us back in. It's just not happening. It's not working.
And when I think about guys from that time, like I liked Goldberg. His shtick was enjoyable, but he was probably not even in my top 15 favorite wrestlers at that time. I could name you so many guys that I would want to see more than Goldberg, like Mick Foley, Stone Cold Steve Austin, The Rock, DDP. Like I was a big Diamond Dallas Page when Goldberg was running around. Sting, although Sting's lost his luster over the years too.
Yeah, I actually liked the pre-Attitude Era Sting when it was more of the early 90s.
Oh yeah,
where he was wearing like the
crew
highlighter orange pants with the really bright colored Sting paint.
Yep, and then he had like the crew cut.
Yes, that's the Sting I miss. If
Although,
that Sting came,
they did build up that Sting character, like the Crow, up in the rafters. Where's he gonna come from? kind of deal with the NWO. It was kind of a cool storyline.
Yeah, I see. I could take it or leave it at some points. Like, I think it was cool right at first, and then they kept going and going.
Yeah,
and
they did. They did.
He
beat
always
that
had
dead
the
horse.
baseball bat. I'm like, stop with the baseball bat. Like, why do these guys always come out with baseball bats? It's wrestling. Can we not do the baseball
And they
bat
never
thing?
like truly use it.
No,
like
it's just
you
like
would
a
expect it to
threat.
be used. Yeah. Same with Triple H with his sledgehammer. Like, we know you're never going to truly use that sledgehammer, so put it away.
Yeah, I agree with that also. Now, the 2x4 by Hacksaw Jim Duggan, that you could use because you could make it work. Like, it wasn't a weapon where it was going to, like, smash somebody's face in and
Right.
you know, it was a weapon that was great to hit over somebody's back like a chair, and you'd be like, oh, my God, that looked like it hurt a lot. But the guy could still wrestle, and it would still be entertaining. So
Yeah, because,
2x4 hacksaw, I'm good with. But
And
sledgehammer
also-
and baseball bat, no.
Hacksaw made that part of his deal. Like, I think Triple H would like maybe raise the stupid sledgehammer and just stand still. And I don't Sting pointed the bat, whatever. But Hacksaw with the hose and like the like moving it up and down for the USA chant, like he got you going. And then when he had the 2x4 and the American flag, you were like, yeah, America, Hacksaw Jim Duggan, ho!
Yeah, he had one of the best shticks there was. Like, his whole deal, it worked. And he wasn't even, like, a great wrestler. He was just a big dude that could fire up the audience. And it's all about that stage presence. And Hacksaw had better stage presence than 90% of the other guys out there. That's what put him over the top. That's why he was a big name. I loved him, man. You're right. God bless America.
God bless America.
Now, I do have to talk about one other great American thing, and you're talking about Old Man Goldberg. We're talking about Old Man Hacksaw Jim Duggan. I've got one other old man I want to talk about,
All right.
and that would be Old Man Vince Carter. He has done it again, Chris America.
Where's he
has
signing?
signed with the Atlanta Hawks. He's re-signing with the Hawks.
Aw,
He's back.
Boo.
You wanted it to be the Raptors, didn't you?
No, I wanted him to complete his whole collection of 30 NBA jerseys before he retires. So he can get
Now-
his free smoothie.
Have we gone and checked to see how many teams he's actually played for? Like, I would like to see.
I'm going to do that right now. So he
Yeah,
signed with the Hawks?
Yeah, he signed with the Hawks, which he played for the Hawks last year, I believe. So he's back with the Hawks, another one-year deal. He is 42 years old, but he will be 43 by the end of the season. So he will be, I think, one of maybe 4 players at that age to play at 43 years old or something like that. I don't know if it was active. It was some stat I read. Obviously, I butchered that. But Vince Sanity is back, and that's what we're looking for. We're looking for Vince Carter tearing up the NBA at the ripe old age of 42 and soon to be 43 years old. And he is still there. He's still got
All
it.
right,
I like
Loudbeard.
Vince.
We're going to play a little game with you. It's
All
called Did Vince Carter Play Here?
Okay. I like
You'll
it.
play. The fans at home can play. Obviously, they can't call in or whatever. But, before Loudbeard gives his answer, you can kind of maybe chime in the answer to yourself or to your buddies next to you. I'm going to throw one easy out there for you. The Toronto Raptors. Did Vince Carter play for the Toronto Raptors?
Yeah, let me think about this for 1 second, Chris America. Did he play for the Raptors?
Yeah, there you go.
I would say yeah.
That was an
Absolutely.
easy one. That was an easy one. All right, how about the Oklahoma City Thunder?
I don't think he did. I don't think he played for the Thunder.
Okay. What about the Cleveland Cavaliers?
Yes. I think he played for
No, never been on
Oh.
Cleveland.
Oh, that stinks.
All right,
That
how
stinks.
about let's go west again. What about the Memphis Grizzlies?
Yes. I'm
Yes.
very sure about that.
I was waiting for the yeah.
Oh,
simple.
sorry. There you go.
There you go. What about the Charlotte Hornets?
I'm gonna reluctantly say no.
You're good on that one. No Charlotte Hornets. How about the Phoenix Suns, Loudbeard?
Yes, he did.
Now, you said no to the Oklahoma City Thunder,
Yeah.
but what about the Seattle Supersonics?
God, that's tough. I'm gonna say no.
Yep, no
but
Seattle
I'm not-
Supersonics. I tried to get a little tricky on you there.
Yeah, I thought you were trying to trick me, and it was straightforward. I got it.
New Jersey Nets.
Yes, he got traded from the New Jersey Nets to the Orlando Magic.
Orlando Magic. Oh, I wish I had that queued up already.
Oh, such a great song.
It would have made Mike Berlon's day.
Yes, it would have.
All right,
It makes everybody's day.
One more team, the Golden State Warriors.
No, he has never played for the Golden State Warriors.
But he did play for a team in California. Which team was it?
Sacramento Kings?
There you go. That's all 8 teams he played for. No, we're missing one team. Okay, so he's played for 8 teams. The Toronto Raptors, the New Jersey Nets, the Orlando Magic, the Phoenix Suns. Then he played somewhere else for 3 seasons, then the Memphis Grizzlies, then the Sacramento Kings, and now the Atlanta Hawks. Who is that somebody from 2011 to 2014 between his Phoenix Suns stay and his Memphis Grizzlies stays, Loudbeard?
I'm feeling the Dallas Mavericks. Is it the Dallas Mavericks for 500?
It is the
Alex?
Dallas Mavericks.
Yeah! I am the Vinsanity winner of the day. I had one wrong. But other than that, I think I did pretty darn good. Well, I know more about Vince Carter than I thought I did. Honestly, I surprised myself.
Hold on. We are incorrect. He was a Golden State Warrior.
No. Was he?
He was pick number 5, selected by the Golden State Warriors.
Was
they
he a
must
draft
have done
day
some
trade?
sort of trade. Yeah, it doesn't say, but it says NBA
counts.
Draft 1998, Round 1, 5th overall pick by the Golden State Warriors.
It counts. That counts. I should have got that. That's your trick question. You finally
That
came
should have
up
been the
with
trick
it.
question, and then I
You
didn't see
found
it up
it.
there because I was just looking at his career history, and then I started looking at his career information. High school, we all know he went to Mainland, Daytona Beach, North Carolina College, and then the Golden State Warriors picked him number 5 overall.
Yeah, the gym out there in Daytona Beach at that high school is named after him.
Yeah, because he spent a
made a
lot
nice
of money
donation.
to get it named.
Yes.
It looks like a college campus. It's gross.
It's nice, though. I mean,
No, it is nice.
it was like a rundown school that he put some money in. That it looks nice. It's good for him. Good
I always
for
hated
good old-
Mainland because they were always so good in sports, and we weren't over there at Lyman.
Yeah, you can hold your grudges. That's cool. We'll live with that.
Okay, do you think this was a fair trade? So he was initially drafted by Golden State 5th overall, and then he was traded to Toronto for the 4th overall pick, Antoine Jameson. Who do you think won that trade?
Yeah, the Vince Carter's going to be the better player out of that group, but Antoine Jameson had a decent NBA career. It wasn't like a total bust. He was an all right player. I mean, you got more out of Vince, but yeah, Jameson was a all solid role player for a lot of years in the NBA.
Yeah, Vince Carter, man. The career that just never... He had so much promise. He was such a good basketball player. He could just never get on a team built around him.
Yeah, I completely agree with that. I mean,
Like,
you
could
can't
you imagine
keep going
Vince Carter
team to
on any
team.
of these super teams?
But in all fairness, and I'm going to go back a little bit here, but Vince Carter kind of pissed me off when he went to the Orlando Magic. I was all excited because that was after the Magic had gone to the finals in 2009. So I think he came 2010, 2011, around that time period with the Magic. And so the Magic are coming off of this phenomenal run, Dwight Howard, and you're thinking all they need to do is pair Dwight Howard up with one more superstar and keep some of those shooters around him, right? So we've got some good shooting. This is a great team. And then Magic go and they trade for Vince Carter. And I'm like, that's the guy, Vince Carter. And he didn't play that good. He was not.
No.
He was not like the all-star I wanted. He was more of just like a middle-of-the-road NBA player. It was just very disappointing. I expected a lot more out of him when he got traded. I guess maybe I hadn't watched him as closely as I should have, but at the same time,
Well,
Yeah,
we
I wasn't-
definitely got over the hill Vince Carter because I'm looking at his 12 seasons before he got to Orlando, and only twice did he score less than 20 points a game on average, where he was averaging probably around 24 to 25 points a game all other seasons. And his last season in New Jersey was 20.8 games a season. Drops to the bottom, just falls out from underneath him. 16 points a season his first year in Magic, then 15 points a season. And then he's at 13 points in Phoenix, and it just gets lower and lower from there, bud.
Yeah. Well, that's
Like,
crazy because
he
that
never
was
averaged 20 points a season ever since he got traded to Orlando.
Yeah, I mean, that was like 8 years ago, and he's still playing. But you're right. That was the beginning of the end. He wasn't quite the same Vince Carter. And as I mentioned, completely disappointed when he came over and played. Now, the one guy I wish the Magic would have gotten was Tim Duncan. And a lot of people don't remember this, but Tim Duncan at one point was rumored to be part of the Orlando Magic in a possible free agency sweep a few years back. And nowadays, Tim Duncan's moved on. He played for San Antonio, had a pretty good career, as a lot of us would say. But I want Coach Pop to tell us how he feels about Tim Duncan, because Coach Pop went ahead and added Tim Duncan to his coaching staff. So here's Pop. He's going to give us the skinny here, if I can hit play fast enough.
Tim Duncan doesn't know a lick about coaching. I don't even know why I hired him. You know, he's given me a paycheck for 19 years, so I was kind of obliged to pay him back.
All right, so that's how Pop really feels about Tim Duncan. So, yeah, he doesn't know a lick about coaching, Chris America, according to Greg Popovich.
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of true, right?
Yeah, Greg Popovich is cool because he'll say whatever he wants, and when the media's there, he almost shows off, right? Like, he's that guy.
Yeah, he's definitely showing off there. He's like, what can I say to make these jabronis eat it up?
Yeah,
and so he said exactly what they needed to hear.
Yeah, to me was a fantastic little
And
interview.
what's funny is he like comes off as he's hating the media, but you're right, he does show off, and he gives them the sound bites that the media will clamor over. Do you think people are clamoring over Bill Belichick to go get a soundbite from him?
Absolutely not.
They're only there because they have to be there, but nobody's going up and being like, oh, I can't wait to hear what Bill Belichick's going to say next, eagerly. No, they know exactly what Bill Belichick is going to say. Where Pop tries to act like he's got that attitude that Bill Belichick does, but then he says stuff like that, and it's just perfect sound bites for us.
Yeah, I loved it. Absolutely. That's why I had to play it real quick. And you were talking basketball. I know you're
No,
big
it was great.
basketball aficionado, so I thought throwing a little Pop out there for us would help us out. All right, so that's our basketball talk. I don't think I've got anything else basketball, so we'll stay away from that. I do have lots of baseball talk, but we only have 2 minutes left. And if I have 30 minutes worth of baseball talk, how am I going to get into that in 2 minutes?
I hope you have 30 minutes of baseball talk.
Oh, I've got lots of baseball talk. Lots of it, Chris
I hope you have,
America.
like,
You're going to be excited.
pitch by pitch breakdown of every single game last night.
Yeah, that's what's going to happen. That is exactly what's going to happen.
Oh, here's a good question for you, Ladbert. Another trivia question. Who is older, Vince Carter or Tom Brady?
Vince Carter's older.
Yeah, by like 8 months.
That's right, because Tom Brady just turned 42 on Saturday,
Yep.
and Vince Carter is closer to 43 than he is 42.
Yep.
Come on, Chris America. You got to bring the heat when you bring trivia.
bring
You
the
know,
heat, you're right.
Loudbeard, trivia connoisseur over here.
Yeah, January 26, 1977, Vince Carter.
Wow.
Which is just, I didn't think about that because, Vince was in the NBA in 98 while Tom Brady was in college, but because you can just kind of be one and done and come out early in the NBA, you get started on your professional career faster.
It's very true. It is very
Now,
true.
which was your favorite nickname of Vince Carter? Vinsanity, Air Canada, or Half Man, Half Amazing?
Oh, man. Vinsanity's the one that sticks, and that's the one
Yeah.
I know of and think of. But when you're mentioning the other ones, like I remember Air Canada, but that was when you become an older man, you're no longer Air. You just
No,
can't
you're
jump
not.
like you used to.
And when you live in Atlanta, you're no longer Canada either.
Right. But the half man, half amazing, I don't know that I've ever heard that one, but that is by far one of my favorite ones.
Yeah, because he's still half man, half amazing, because it's amazing he's still in the NBA.
Yes. Well, Chris America, sometimes people run these social media accounts for Major League Baseball teams and do a great job of coming up with great stuff. But other times, they just miss. I'm going to tell you which Major League Baseball team literally said the most disrespectful thing about Steve Irwin I have ever heard in my entire life.
Oh, no.
After a quick commercial break. If you've been listening to Scout Team Radio for a long time, you know that myself, Loudbeard, has placed a bet or two in his day. That's right, I've lost the beard bet, I lost the romper bet, but one place I don't like losing is when I bet money, and I can easily do that at MyBookie. That's right, you can go to mybookie.ag, use promo code 12OZSports, and get a 100% deposit bonus up to $1,000. Hey, guess what? That is a lot of money. Do it.
When I'm working hard, I build up a thirst for sports. That's when I grab a cold 12-ounce sports radio. "12-ounce sports radio. Quench your sports thirst."
Hey everybody, it's your favorite Patriot, Chris America, and I want you to listen every single weekday, Monday through Friday, 6 a.m. to 7 a.m., and on replays from 11 a.m. to noon of Scout Team Sports. Listen, George Washington did not cross over the ocean blue in 1492 to defeat the Nazis, so you can listen to the same tired national clickbait sports stories. So once again, tune in to us every single morning, 6 a.m. to 7 a.m., and then we replay from 11 to noon. I will see you there, and God bless America.
Hi, everybody. Captain Lou here from the Captain Lou Extravaganza, coming to you live every Tuesday night on 12OunceSportsRadio.com from 8 until 10 p.m. Eastern Time. Yeah, it's a different name, but it's still the same great show. We're going to have guests every week live on the show, and we'll have your opinions as well as mine, and we'll see whose is better and obviously whose is right. That's every Tuesday night live, the Captain Lou Extravaganza from 8 until 10 p.m. Eastern Time on 12OunceSportsRadio.com.
Hey, what's up there, listeners? This is your friendly neighborhood Loudbeard, and I'm here to tell you that there's two type of people in the world, those that are on a podcast and those that want to be on a podcast. And if you are one of those out there that want to be on a podcast, one of the first decisions you will need to make is which podcast host you want to use. That's right. If you're thinking about starting a podcast, you need to check out Podbean. Here at Scout Team Radio, we have been using Podbean since the very beginning, and we absolutely love it. They are easy to use, and they have affordable options. Just go to podbean.com/STR. That's right, Scout Team Radio. Podbean.com/STR to get started today. What are you waiting for? Thank you all for listening in, and welcome back again. We are Scout Team Radio. He is Chris America. I am Loudbeard. We bring it to you hot and live each and every morning, Monday through Friday, 6 a.m., right here on 12-Ounce Sports Radio. We also simulcast on the Full Press Radio Network, and we are part of the Barn Burner Radio Network. We're all over the place. You can catch us anywhere. Also, if you cannot catch us live, that's okay. You can go back, listen to those podcasts. Go to Apple Podcasts, Spotify Podcasts, Google Play, anywhere you can find a podcast. Search Scout Team Radio, and you can catch all of our shows, the live shows each and every morning. You can catch them recorded, on demand, on a podcast, and it is fantastic. Make sure you go and do that. Also, catch us. You can live tweet us on the show, and you can get social with us. Do that on Twitter at Scout Team Radio, and we will read your tweets on the air. We will talk about your topics. We will do all of that fun stuff, so make sure you hit us up on the Twitter machine at Scout Team Radio. It's a good time, I promise. So, Chris America, I get a little sensitive when somebody starts talking about my boy Steve Irwin. Steve Irwin was one of those guys that I would say is universally liked and universally loved, and it was very sad, his passing, even though it was many years ago. And the Tampa Bay Rays and the Miami Marlins were in a series last night, and I could break down the pitch for pitch, everything that happened last night, but I'm not going to. But I am going to break down the pitch for pitch Twitter battle that happened last night, and it ends in what I would literally say is disrespectful towards Steve Irwin, and I believe this Miami Marlins organization feels the same way. So there is a video, and it says, "He's the man your third base coach warned you about," and it is a video of Brian Anderson of the Miami Marlins. He nails a runner at home with a beautiful throw to the plate, which is cool and all, but the Tampa Bay Rays, they just pop back in and they say, "Hey, why don't you show the final out?" Okay, so they start trolling on the Miami Marlins.
Yeah, because they won.
Yeah, because they won, exactly. The Miami Marlins get a little sensitive, and they say, "Oh, can't hear you. Must be the Maple Leafs crunching." Throwing a little Montreal shade on the Tampa Bay Rays.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Fair enough. I'll take that. The Rays say, "Oh, here's the broom. Just use that on you. You can go clean them up." Okay, there you go. Broom cleaning up those Maple Leafs.
Because they swept the Marlins.
That's right. And then now this is where it gets intense, Chris America. This is where the line gets crossed. We're going all caps except for the Y in the first letter of the sentence. I don't know what that's all about. Maybe it was accidentally hitting the cap locks. Yeah. We've all done that.
It's probably one of those where he thought the caps lock was off, so he clicked it to do the first capital and then clicked it back on and kept typing and then realized it and then hit post. I've done that before. But I don't get that far. I usually notice it right away. But that must be somebody who types looking at the keyboard rather than able to look at a screen and type at the same time.
Well, either way, he's doing social media for the Miami Marlins. He needs to figure himself out. And he says, "You're literally the animal that killed Steve Irwin. Log off."
Which, so when I read that, I'll tell you, Loud, but I did laugh because I do like some dark humor like that, even though Mike Irwin or Steve Irwin is one of my favorite human beings of all time. I did kind of laugh, but then I thought, well, that's actually incorrect because they're no longer the Devil Rays. They changed that like 10, 9, 11 years ago to just be the Rays, and I think with their logo and everything, I think they're trying to be like Sun Rays and not the Devil Rays that they used to be. But then go on. So that's what I thought when I read it. Those were my two thoughts. Was one, oh my God, I can't believe they just said, like, that's something. You always have that friend that likes to send you like dark humor memes. Like I know I have that friend. Sometimes I'm that friend too. You just don't do it if you're the Miami Marlins Twitter page.
Yeah, that was pretty. Kind of out there, a little bit. And the Miami Marlins have to issue an apology after this, which is fair. You know, that I think that's the right thing to do. A lot of people did love Steve Irwin, so there is definitely
Did they delete it though? I didn't see if they deleted that tweet.
I believe they did delete it and then issued an apology, or if they kept it, they issued the apology with it. Either way, and the apology was kind of like, hey, you know, sometimes on social media you have to be creative, but unfortunately in this situation, our creative team may have stepped over the line, and we apologize for the insensitivity of this tweet, which, again, that's the perfect PR statement to issue in that sort of situation because, you know, honestly, there's a fine line between going viral and being a total D-bag. And sometimes that fine line is gray, and you kind of have to be both. And in the social media world, sometimes people have to be savage to be noticed, and that's what marketing's all about, is getting noticed.
Well, so I'll tweet out the string of tweets. But the funny part is, so Loudbird, you talked about how it was like a lowercase y and then all caps after that?
Yes.
Well, even before that, when they said can't hear you, must be the Maple Leafs crunching. That's like can't hear you with the letter U and then no caps, like no good punctuation, nothing. Like it's just like a regular college kid talking on Twitter. And then when the Miami Marlins respond to their own tweet, they responded like 20 hours later after that original tweet was, according to this Time stamp here. It says, "Hi, comma, guys." So we're using some good punctuation here. "Like everyone else who grew up watching him, comma, we miss Steve. We're so sorry to have made light of his passing." So we can clearly see that whoever was typing before isn't typing anymore. This is somebody who's got a good PR degree, who's got a good law degree, someone who is very professional. Where you can tell before then, college intern.
Yeah. I think the Miami Marlins are sitting there right now thinking, man, maybe we should get rid of the unpaid internship program we give to the high school, not the college. We're going high school in this one. They're like, we're going to get the incoming freshmen coming in to high school and give them an unpaid internship. And this is what you get. That's exactly what you get. Now, we're trolling here.
I will say this. I think it's an unfair. I don't know what I'm looking for here, but it's unfair to the college kids or whoever runs these Twitter things because they're young, right? They don't know they do know better, but they don't know better. And you sit there and you give them direction. Okay, we see what Wendy's is doing. We see what this other, professional Twitter handle is doing, and they're being savages, and people love it. So we want you to do that. Try to emulate that. And so we see that a lot now with sports teams and, like we said, Wendy's kind of talking trash back and forth to each other, and it's fun. But then these kids, they don't know where that line is, right? I don't think they know it as much as we know it. Or they think
sometimes it takes experience.
Or they think that
age
jumping over, or they're like, oh, if I jump over the line, this is going to be so savage. When he's typing this out, he's like, oh, finally I get to use this savage tweet that I've been waiting for. People are going to love it.
True story.
Yeah, not so much. Not so much.
That's why it's a fine line. You can go too far pretty quickly. So it definitely happens.
Okay, now, Loudbird, do you think this was off the cusp? This just hit him, or he's been saving this all season long? Like, I can't wait to play the Rays so I can use this one.
I think it was off the cuff. I think he was sitting there thinking, like, okay, now they're trolling me. Like, I just had a nice tweet about our guy throwing out somebody at home plate, and you're going to come out and troll me like this? Okay, I'm going to get you. And he comes up with the maple leaf crunching thing, and he's like, ha, that was witty.
I showed
that
them.
That was funny. What? Oh, you want me to pull out my broom? Oh, I'll tell you where to stick that broom. What is what can I say? And it's like two guys sitting in like a little cubicle, like, dude, what should I say here?
Yeah.
I need to say something. Remember that guy on TV that was on TV before I was born? What was his? Oh, the crocodile guy. Oh, Steve Irwin. Didn't a Ray kill him?
Yeah,
let's
totally
put that
did.
on here. Let's do that. That's gonna be funny. That's funny. That's what happened. It's on the spot, man.
And you can watch it progress. It started off with like, hey, one jab, and then they jab back, and then they're like, we got to escalate it. We got to make it even worse.
Yeah, you can tell they're getting heated in the.
We got to get more
whatever
savage.
Basement they're sitting in. I can't believe he said that. We can't be the punks of the MLB. We're already last in ticket sales, and they're second to last. They're beating us. We're beating them there. We got to beat them on social media too.
Are the Marlins like the last place team in the whole league?
I don't know where they are place wise, but they are last place with ticket sales, right behind the Rays. I do know that for a fact.
Wow, we're 9 games back from the Yankees. Son of a biscuit.
Oh, I got to play a real feel good story. This is Motivational Tuesday since it's not a Monday anymore. So this is a quick interview. But last night the Marlins had a rookie that appeared in his first game. His name was Isan Diaz, and he had like a whole troop of supporters, his whole family, everybody out there. So here's a quick video. Hopefully there's not an ad that plays. If I can get this going.
We managed
this
to
is
get
his
to
dad.
this point, so yeah, we're extremely happy for him.
Is this an emotional day for you?
Very, very emotional.
During the interview, his son hits a home run in his first major league game.
That is awesome.
Loses it. That is awesome, isn't it?
But why would they interview him in the middle of his son's at bat?
I don't know.
That's kind of a poor timing.
Maybe that was the best timing. This is the reaction
it
you get.
the best timing, but like if I'm a dad, I'll be like, dude, like chill out for a second. I'm gonna watch my son's first at bat.
Here's the dad.
Wow. No apology needed.
The dad's like, I'm sorry, man. I lost it. I needed to do this.
First one of the year.
All right, I'm going to. Oh, man. That was cool, right?
Yeah, that
I
was
like
really
that story.
cool.
So
Mike
Marlins
Berlon
make it up.
checking in. He's also a dad that would cancel the interview to watch his son's first at bat. He says, let's face it, I've seen adults on social media that don't know where the line is. Social media is crazy. You know what? That's actually true.
Yeah.
Sometimes we lose sight of that line when we're looking at a computer screen and not a person across from us.
Yes. Yesterday morning before we came on, the Sports Stance was replaying, and he was the guy Greg, I believe his name is, that does the Sports Stance. He was talking about how LeBron went crazy over his son's alley-oop or assist that he had, and a lot of people on social media were giving LeBron crap, but sometimes you got to enjoy it. When you're a parent, you're a parent, I'm a parent.
Yeah.
Mike Berlon's out there listening, he's a parent. Man, you got to enjoy your kids' successes. So I know I think you posted on Facebook or tweeted about this also, but I'm one of those guys that's like, man, let him be a dad. Let him enjoy what his son is accomplishing. Same thing here. This dad, man, the dad's like, oh, I'm sorry. No, don't be sorry, dude. Just celebrate. That is a great moment, and you deserve that. So go ahead and enjoy it. And I think that is a great thing about sports is you can celebrate a lot of these great accomplishments that happen, especially when it's a son or daughter or whatever that's involved that you're proud of.
And you know me, I'm a very much critical speaker against LeBron James a lot. But then when I see guys in the other parts of the media, that's also their shtick, but they do it with everything. Like, I'm going to do it on the basketball court. I'm not going to sit here and tell the man how to live his life, and I'm not going to sit here and criticize him for celebrating his son. Was it a little over the top? Yeah, it was a little over the top because you're out on the basketball floor in the middle of a flippin', little league game, and I think, hey, parents need to stay in the stands. That's just the way that I think. But I'm not going to sit there and say like, oh, I'm going to criticize them all the way for it. My dad wasn't in my life. I wish my dad would have shown up to any of my sporting events to celebrate me, even with a fist pump, let alone that kind of thing. So why would I hate a dad that's there for his son?
Yeah.
Like,
tell him, brother. I appreciate that,
there's no need for criticizing dads for being a good father. Is he over the top? Sure, he's over the top. But, some people are over the top. Who am I to say?
Yep. Yeah, no, I'm absolutely there with you. I saw that Scott Kaiser had retweeted something we had tweeted out. I don't know if he's listening in, but I did want to share this one baseball story. This is specifically geared towards any of those Braves fans out there that are listening.
Yeah.
Chris America, I need to ask you, are the Mets back? They just swept the Marlins in a doubleheader and now are sitting above 500, only 8.5 games back behind the Braves, and their momentum is carrying them further and further into the season, and there is enough time left. There are enough games left, and the Mets are getting absolutely hot at the right time. We may have made fun of them too quickly at that trade deadline, and they hurt us, and the Mets are back, and I think the Braves should be nervous.
They're 9-1 in the last 10, where everybody else in that division are either 5-5 or worse in the last 10.
I think that the Braves should be a little nervous because right now the Mets are in fuego.
So if the Braves go 5-5 again in the next 10 and the Mets go 9-1, they'll make up four games on that.
That's right. I like your math.
And then if they do it
You're
again,
out-mathing it.
I'm out-mathing it. Maybe that trade was good. Maybe they did know what they were doing with that trade.
And we poked fun, but there's no need to poke fun because the Mets are doing their business, and they're doing it very well.
And you know what?
It's exciting.
They get the Marlins the next 2 games, and then they have a series with your Nationals. Those are all winnable games for them.
Very much so. And those Nationals in the same division, it's a big rivalry. I see the Mets showing up for that. And the Mets, they're scary good right now. Their pitching staff's all coming together at the right time. I Just saying. I'd be a little nervous if I was a Braves fan right about now.
Yeah.
Oh,
let's see.
except Memphis Spence. He's got to come in and rain on my parade. I hear you, Memphis Spence. I see you. And if you're on Twitter right now, at Scout Team Radio, you've seen that Memphis Spence just tweeted, the Mets are never back. Oh, man. You're telling me the Mets are like the Miami Hurricanes of Major League Baseball? They are never back? You had to go and do that, didn't you, Memphis Spence? Yeah, I'm talking to you. I'm talking to you.
You trying to get a Twitter feud?
Yeah, maybe.
Let's do it.
I'm in.
Be
I'm
like the
all in.
Marlins in the race.
Hey, on Sports Talk Radio yesterday, I saw some debates going on. Colin Cowherd was talking about this, and I think we dropped the ball. So over the weekend, Baker Mayfield chugged a beer, but he didn't just chug it. He like shotgunned it, and he did it like a absolute professional. And the debate on Sports Talk Radio was, is this what you want out of your captain of your team, out of your... Yeah.
Yes. Because you know what I don't want?
Debate?
I don't want Aaron Rodgers who sips it like tea.
Yeah, he put his pinky up, and he couldn't even get through half of a beer. That's not my quarterback. That is not my leader. That is not my captain, is it?
Right. Like, if he's going to drink beer, he needs to do it like a man.
Yes, and Baker Mayfield, he laid out the blueprint of how to be a man on television at an Indians game, throwing it back. He is the savior of Cleveland. Celebrities love this guy, too. I will be honest. I saw that Machine Gun Kelly comes out, and a celebrity in his own right, Machine Gun Kelly, says he has a bold prediction for the world. He says that the Browns will win the Super Bowl and Baker Mayfield will be MVP. I don't know what Baker Mayfield will be MVP of because it'll probably be Patrick Mahomes again, but Baker Mayfield is my MVP in my heart after seeing him chug that beer.
Yeah. I don't know if I want MGK, having my back. I don't like mumble rappers. And I was Team Eminem when MGK versus Eminem came out. But that's also there's also our generation versus their generation type feud too, wasn't it?
Yeah. The new versus the old, right?
Even though Eminem is just a far superior rapper than MGK will ever dream of being. And that's not like an old versus new. That's that's just like Michael Jordan versus Russell Westbrook. It's just, there's no argument there. But yeah, let's debate how he drank a beer on TV. If this was something he does all the time, where it's like Johnny Manziel, where this is reported that he's shotgunning beers every night, then no, I don't want that out of my quarterback. But when he's at a Cleveland Indians game and we're not even anywhere near the season yet, you can shotgun a beer.
Yeah. And you know what it tells me? It tells me that this guy is clutch, right? In the biggest moment, on the biggest stage, in front of all the fans, on television, in that moment, he shows up with the biggest play of his life, and he shotguns that. And if that transcends onto the field the way I think it will, this is going to be an amazing, magical season. And that's all I've got to say about that.
I think the other thing, too, is with the media, they said that Baker Mayfield wasn't going to be worth the number 1 overall pick, and Baker Mayfield proved them wrong. And so now the media, instead of just saying, hey, we were wrong, they got to find something else to nitpick him about. I've noticed that Colin Cowherds and that of the world have been picking on Baker Mayfield the entire time in the last year, and it's all because he's proven them wrong, and they hate that stuff.
Yeah, I feel like they don't like the underdog story. They like it because they can talk about it, but it gives them something to argue about. So it's like this fake argument. Like they want to prove that they were right initially. They want to prove that Baker Mayfield is going to be a failure, that he shouldn't have been number 1 overall, that they're right, and that they can want to argue. And it's like, it's sick.
They don't want
to
choke down the idiot sandwich. So they say he wasn't a number 1 overall pick because of his play. Well, then his play comes out, and he was the number 1 overall pick last year. And now it's like, okay, well, what else can we do? Oh, he's chugging beer? Oh, that's not what a number 1 overall pick should be doing. He should be, studying game film and helping out poor children or something. I don't know.
Walking grandmothers across the street.
Right,
like
exactly.
A good boy. We want a choir boy. We do not want a beer-chugging man to be leading our team.
That's not what a number 1 overall pick does.
Oh,
It's
good old
stupid, man.
mainstream media, man. This is why
Yeah.
you and I are on the radio right now, is because we got so sick and tired of that garbage mainstream media. Just, I don't know what to call it, but it is absolute a hot pile of trash.
When it turns over to the Colin Cowherd show here, I immediately change the station. I find something else to listen to because it's just hot garbage.
It stinks, it's flaming, it's smoking, and it smells like absolute hot garbage. But this has been an absolute great show. Thank you all for listening in. Thank you, Chris America, the hostess with the mostest, just like Beetlejuice. You're the man.
Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice. Good show.
Yeah, I like
Goldberg's back. Bachelor in Paradise. I might check that out next week.
Yeah, we're going to get you on that show, though, by the way.
I need to. Yeah, let's do it.
You do. You definitely need to.
ScottTeamRadio.com.